Good afternoon, everyone. It's Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Thursday, January 11th at 11:55 a.m. Mountain Time, 2018, bringing you a NASA fraud update. This is what they want you to believe, that sea level is rising very clearly. And we've been sharing this sea level drop-off since the middle of 2015 here, actually starting in August, and it has been steadily dropping at the rate of about 2 millimeters per year over the last 2.5 years. The only problem with that is NASA didn't like the kind of traction we were getting out there, and millions of people were watching the video. In the last 24 hours, NASA has adjusted the data. Now, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison here. This data was adjusted because of a recent paper that came out that you guys we covered here. And the paper is basically saying sea level is not falling, it's rising. The ocean floor is falling, and blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the actual satellite data, which cannot change. Once you get the data, it stays the same, which is clearly showing sea level dropping. Now, what I've also even done is come and got a screen capture here from our video on the 6th that shows that the August 20th, 2017 data that they put up was at 81 millimeters, showing a 1-year drop in sea level in just 3 months. NASA did not like this. Remember, August 20th satellite data showed 81 millimeters. August 20th, 2017 showed 81 millimeters. We come right over to NASA today, and the August 20th data shows 85 millimeters. They've adjusted the data by 4.8 millimeters up, which is more than a year of sea level rise being fraudulently presented to you in the last 24 hours. So sea level has now risen 4 millimeters based on an adjustment that was done by NASA, and that adjustment is called fraud. Sea level has been dropping for 2.5 years, and now it's rising again because of the NASA fraud. Here's the actual satellite data. We have it documented. We have the screen capture. We know what the data said on the satellite. It showed sea level dropping, and we now know that NASA is a fraud because they're now conveniently showing that the satellite data has been changed. It actually showed a 5 millimeter increase, not a 4 millimeter decrease. Oops, our bad. The satellites were wrong. The ocean floor is sinking. The sea level is not rising. I can assure you sea level has been rising at a negligible rate since the last mini ice age, which is to be predicted. At times of extreme cold, like the mini ice age, glaciers build. And then when it warms, it takes hundreds of years for that to melt off. And through thermal expansion, sea level slowly rises. None of the nonsense that they're telling us. I can assure you, I've studied this my whole life. This is fraud. You cannot add 5 millimeters to satellite data, which does not change. They didn't get a better mathematician in there to look at the data. What they did is they got a fraudster in there to tweak the data. And the way they did it very scientifically, they put out a nonsense paper a few days ago so that they could manipulate the data and keep the global warming nonsense going. We know the truth here. We just proved the fraud. Guys, I want to thank everyone that's subscribed to Starman. If you want to know more about the ozone and how solar flares affect the ozone hole, you better get over here and subscribe. He just needs a few hundred more subs so that he can become a YouTube partner, paid a couple dollars so that he can make some awesome videos. I'm going to leave you links to Starman. We need to get him up to 1,000 today, and you need to watch the end of his most recent video if you want to learn about solar flares and the ozone hole. I guarantee you'll be blown away. Also, I'm going to be putting out a video on Hudson Bay as a comet crater sent in by a subscriber. This is actually a plasma discharge feature, and we'll discuss why, because it has all of the necessary ingredients here for a giant fulgurite impression, or a plasma discharge feature being a Birkeland current with the rotating vortices here in the central island. And that's just a teaser. 8 earthquakes strike along the Iran-Iraq border today. I just want to give you a heads up. There's a deadly earthquake that just happened in Burma about 10 minutes ago. We'll be getting updates through the day on that. We predicted a large earthquake here in Indonesia 4 days ago, but it popped off here in India, down the line here in Burma just moments ago. A 6.0 in Burma, and there are a major series of deadly quakes here in Iraq. I'll leave you links to that article. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. NASA is perpetrating a fraud before our very eyes. There is no catastrophic sea level rise, just catastrophic nonsense going on at the highest levels. Be safe, everybody.